Good evening, class 12th. Today we are going to start with my favorite topic, that is poetry. And this is the first poem of your syllabus, I mean your book, Flamingo, which is My Mother at 66. This is written by a poetess named Kamla Das, and she is recognized as one of the India's foremost poets. And her works are especially known for their originality, versatility, and indigenous flavor of the soil. I haven't written one thing. This poem is really interesting. This poem is gonna discuss about the relation which the poetess is discussing in the whole poem, the relation of her mother, the relation between herself and her mother. And this poem has a lot of rhyming schemes, poetic devices, which we will discuss at the last of the poem. So, as we were discussing, we will discuss the whole later, but let us start with the poem with the stanza 1. This is the stanza 1, which says, driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me, doors open mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse. If you can see, there is no such, let's say, the ending of the sentence, the whole stanza is written in one line. So, I would like you to know that this poem, it brings out the complexity of the human relationships. Secondly, the most significant thing of the poem is that the whole poem is a single sentence punctuated by commas. And this whole poem is gonna compare between the outer world of the car and the inner world, which they are looking in the like which the things are to be seen in the car. चीज़ें कैसी कार में दिख रही हैं एंड कार के बाहर दिख रही हैं. पोएटस जो है वो पूरे के पूरे पोएम में वही डिस्कस करने वाली है. एंड इसमें क्या हो रहा है, दिस पोएटस इज डिस्कसिंग द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन her mother and herself, where the poetess is going to Cochin airport and her mother is going along with her to drop her at that airport. So the stanza says, driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother. So this is written in past tense. It means she has already experienced this, which she is writing, that the poet had gone to visit her parents' home near Cochin. On Friday morning, she was returning. On her way to the airport, she noticed something. What was it? That her mother was sleeping beside her in that car, and her mother's mouth was open. Her face was looking pale and lifeless, just like a corpse. Corpse means a dead body. And this, it perhaps expressed the pain she felt because of the separation from her daughter. Because, see, as I told you earlier, that the mother is going along with her to the Cochin airport to drop her daughter, and that is why the mother is feeling that separation pain. Here in this stanza, there are few words which are really important to know. One is doze. Doze is something when you feel sleepy and you just get a small nap. Then there is corpse, which I already told you, that is a dead body. Ashen, gray as an ash, and something which is lifeless. Merry is that's it. Okay, let's move to the next stanza. So here is the second stanza, which says, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. So earlier we discussed about separation, the pain, and here we are going to discuss about the merrymaking, something which is so joyous. And as I told you, there is a vast difference or vast comparison between the outer world and the inner world. So the outer world is joyous, whereas this inner world is lifeless. This stanza says, the poet was alarmed by the sudden realization that the old age had crept upon her mother. It was a reality she found hard to accept. The poet was pained to see her mother's colorless pale face. To take her attention away from the disturbing thought, she looked outside the car. And when she looked outside the car, as we all know that whenever we are traveling in a vehicle, what happens is the vehicle seems stationary to us and all the things seem to be moving. Same happens over here. The car was moving, but the young green trees appeared to be running in the opposite direction. She also saw a group of children rushing out of their homes to play. All this probably reminded her, this whole thing, the merrymaking, the children spilling out of their homes, reminded her of her childhood when her mother was young. The young sprinting trees represented how fast time had flown by, that she has become this adult, beautiful lady, and her mother has grown pale and lifeless and old. The children represented youth, which was full of life and energy. Both the young trees and the children represented a sharp contrast to the mother sitting beside her, who was old and suffering from ill health. And here are few words which are way too important for you guys. Those are, there is a word spilling, which means something which is moving out so quickly. Sprinting means following something, and that's all, I guess. This is the third stanza. uh, in the first stanza we were discussing about the separation which the mother is feeling. In the second stanza, we discussed the thoughts of the daughter which she had while looking at the outer world. And in this third stanza, we are going to discuss what this separation looks like to that daughter. What it says, but after the airport security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her. Her is mother, wan, pale as a late winter's moon. What does this say? The young children and the trees were able to divert her thoughts away when she reached the airport. But after reaching the airport and passing through security check, the poetess again looked at her mother, who was standing a few yards away from her. Her mother looked lifeless, wan, colorless, and dull like a late winter's moon. You all know that late winter's moon looks dry, and dry usually signifies something which is not lively at all, which cannot be seen clearly because of mist and fog. So the daughter here was feeling that she is about to leave a part of her. Maybe she won't be able to see her mother again, and this pain was coming over there. And I have written few words which are important as the security check. You know that a person, when he reaches the airport, he has to go through security check where people check your ticket and all. Then comes van, which is colorless, pale, which is yellow, and late winter's moon obviously signifies the separation and the dryness and the lifelessness of the poetess feelings and thoughts. So here we start, or let's say end the poem, and this is the last stanza of the poem, where it is written, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, see you soon, Amma. All I did was smile and smile and smile. What does smile and smile and smile signifies? Somewhere she has that fear of losing her mother, but she doesn't want her mother to look at that, but she doesn't want her mother to find that sorrow that she is feeling. And she promises her mother at last that we will meet again with the smile and smile and smile. And what is this familiar ache? Ache, we know, is pain, the deep pain. And why did she feel that familiar ache, the familiar pain which she has already felt earlier? It means when she was a child, because we were discussing in the second para about the merry which children were feeling. So, what is this familiar ache? Familiar pain is that now this lady, now this daughter is feeling the same fear of losing her mother. And but all I said, this means, but she gathered the strength and she said, and she told her mother that she will meet her again, saying Amma. And what it says is this thing when she said that she will meet her again, and she smiled back. This gave hope to her mother and herself by saying they would meet again, and kept on smiling. Here our poem ends, but for a brief one I would try to translate the whole in Hindi once. शुरुआत में क्या हुआ, ये जो पोयम है माई मदर एट 66 लिखी है कमला दास ने। कमला दास जो है यहाँ पर अपनी मम्मी के साथ अपने रिलेशंस के बारे में बता रही हैं आपको, जहाँ वो लिखती हैं कि उन्हें सिर्फ एक ही डर है, जो कि है सेपरेशन, अपनी मम्मा से दूर होने का डर, जो उन्हें बचपन में भी था और अब भी है। शुरुआत जो होती है पोएम की कुछ इस तरीके से होती है, जहाँ पे वो अपनी मदर के साथ कोचीन एयरपोर्ट जा रही हैं एंड ये रहने आई थी थोड़े दिन अपने घर पर। एंड जब वो कोचीन एयरपोर्ट जा रही थी तो उसकी मम्मा जो थी वो, उनको नींद लग गई, तो उन्हें जमाई लग गई, जो भी आप कहते हो अपने वर्ड्स में। देन वो उनको देखती हैं तो उन्हें रियलाइज़ होता है कि जो उनकी मम्मा है वो सो चुकी हैं, उनका मुंह खुला हुआ है, उनका जो फेस है बहुत ज़्यादा डल लग रहा है, बहुत ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे एक डेड बॉडी पड़ी हो। एंड शी वाज फीलिंग कि वो कहीं और से ही हैं, कोई डिफरेंट वर्ल्ड से हैं, शी इज़ नॉट माई मदर। जो लाइफ उनके फेस पे दिखाई देती थी वो अब दिख नहीं रही है। उसी के बाद सेकंड स्टैंजा में वो देखती हैं कि जो वो पेन देख रही हैं उससे हटने के लिए, अपने आप को डाइवर्ट करने के लिए वो बाहर देखना शुरू करती हैं, जहाँ पे वो देखती हैं कि जो ट्रीज़ हैं, जब हम आगे चल रहे हैं तो ट्रीज़ पीछे जा रहे हैं, जो कि ये सिग्निफाई करते हैं कि टाइम रुकता नहीं है किसी के लिए और टाइम बहुत तेज़ चलता है। सो as you guys are in class 12th now, you need to learn this as well, because कोरोना वायरस की वजह से we are also dealing with the lack of time। जब हम जुलाई में या जब भी मिलते हैं हमारे पास भी कम टाइम होगा। so time never waits for somebody, keep that in mind dear। then क्या होता है कि वो बच्चों को देखती हैं, छोटे छोटे बच्चे घर से बाहर निकल के आ रहे हैं, जल्दी जल्दी खेलना शुरू कर रहे हैं, तो उन्हें अपना बचपन याद आ जाता है कि जब उनकी मम्मा भी थी थोड़ी यंग, जब वो भी छोटे थे, तो वो तब भी उन्हें डर लगता था कि कहीं मम्मा से खो ना जाए। हम सबको लगता है, जब हम मेले में जाते हैं या कहीं भी जाते हैं तो हम सबको डर लगता है। एंड अब जब वो वहाँ एयरपोर्ट पे पहुँचते हैं तो जब पोएटेस अपनी मम्मा को देखती हैं तब उन्हें दिखता है कि उनकी मम्मा का जो फेस है वो एकदम पेल है, वैन है, कोई कलर नहीं है उस पर, एकदम लेट विंटर मून लग रहा है, एकदम वाइट लग रहा है। और फिर उनको सेम वही पेन, फोर्थ स्टैंजा में उनको सेम वही पेन फील होता है जो उन्होंने बचपन में फील किया होता है, कि उनकी मम्मा उन्हें छोड़ के चली जाएंगी तो क्या होगा। बट वो सारा का सारा अपना हिम्मत इकट्ठा करके, हिम्मत जुटा के, ताकि उनकी मम्मा भी होपलेस ना हो, वो उनको बोलती है कि हम लोग फिर दोबारा मिलेंगे, जिससे इनकी जो होप है वो और स्ट्रांग हो जाती है। एंड पोएम लेकिन यहाँ ख़त्म नहीं होती है, बिकॉज व्हेन वी आर डीलिंग विद पोइट्री इट्स नॉट जस्ट अबाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग द पोइट्री, दिस इज़ नॉट अ चैप्टर, दिस इज़ नॉट अबाउट स्टोरी, we have to learn few things which are literary devices and rhyming scheme. This poem is written in like free verse. What is free verse? When there is nothing like a rhyming scheme. Rhyming scheme होती है, देखिए अगर हम स्टांजा 4 पे ही देखें अभी, तो हमारे चारों लाइंस में पीछे कोई भी ऐसा वर्ड नहीं है जो सेम आ रहा हो प्रोनाउंसिएशन में, like and felt that old fear amma smile, there is no rhyming scheme. So and secondly, this is a whole sentence, the whole poem is one sentence, there is no full stop, so there is no rhyming scheme. Whenever there is no rhyming scheme it means it is free verse। अगर इसी की जगह होता, लेट्स से एक में लिखा है फियर एंड इसी के बाद लगा होता नियर, तो हम मान लेते ओल्ड को ए बी, फियर था, अगर अम्मा की जगह नियर होता तो ए बी बी सी, बिकॉज स्माइल और ओल्ड मैच नहीं करते, ना ही स्माइल फियर और नियर से मैच करता, इसीलिए इट विल बी राइट नाउ इट इज़ फ्री वर्ड्स। बट अगर यहाँ पे नियर होता तो इट विल बी ए बी बी सी। ओके लेट्स मूव। लिटरेरी डिवाइसेस हमारे क्या हैं? लिटरेरी डिवाइसेस हैं हमारे, हिंदी में इन्हें हम अलंकार कहते हैं एंड इंग्लिश में लिटरेरी डिवाइसेस कहते हैं, जो हम सब ने पढ़े हैं 11th क्लास में। सो हियर आर द लिटरेरी डिवाइसेस विच आर ऑल्सो कॉल्ड अलंकार in Hindi. The first literary device we are going to discuss is simile. See, simile and metaphor do the same thing, which discuss the things which are same or alike, but there is a difference. In simile always you will find the words like as we can see in simile I have written ashen like that of a corpse, like that of a corpse. So it is saying ashen. What is ashen? Something which comes out of a dead body when it is burnt. So ash looks like that of corpse, because like is used, it is simile. Second is wan pale as late winter's moon. Wan is colorless, pale is something yellowish. and that is how the late winter's moon looks. So here the word is used as, that is why it is a simile. Then second is repetition. If you go to the end of the poem, there the poet uses smile and smile and smile, and the same word smile is repeated again and again, that is why it is repetition. Metaphor is something when you relate to something in a very different way, you use different words for something, let's say a word which is having different meanings to it. As in metaphor says here, merry children spilling out of their homes. Children are not spilling. They are not. Why are they merry? Because they are coming to play or they are in their young age. So it is related to something happiness or joyous, which this whole line is predicting that the outer world of the car is very joyous, whereas the inner world of the car is very depressing, or say, let's say, very mourning side of thing. And here we end the poem, and all we have done, I guess we haven't missed anything. I would suggest you guys to go through the poem really thoroughly, because we always come, always we will see that you will find questions from poems which comprises of 4 marks, and usually these are easy, but you find it very difficult. There are some symbols and images as well. Symbols and images means when the meanings are beyond the words, the literal meaning. As in, what are those symbols and images? These are symbols and images. As I told you, symbols and images mean when the meaning is beyond the literal words. As we learnt in the poem, that is word tree sprinting. Tree sprinting doesn't only mean that the trees are moving in the opposite direction, but it also suggests us that the time moves really fast, and we never know when something happens which we don't want, and time moves faster than us. Second is merry children. Merry children not only signify the happy face, but it also signifies that the children are usually happy when they are living with their mother, when they don't have the tensions of the world, and when they have nothing else to think other than their mother and their father. Third is winter's moon. Winter's moon not only signifies that it is beautiful or it is depressing, it also signifies the face of the mother, which is looking so pale, which was looking so wan, that she was feeling the separation. Both the daughter and the mother were feeling that separation. So here I end this video, and all the best. I hope you understood. If there are any problem, like if there is any problem, just comment and let me know what can I do to rectify it. And thank you for watching.